All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Hi, Alex. How you doing?
Hey, mate. So maybe we can sweet talk him into coming up and selling 50-50 tickets tonight.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Where's my cat? Well, last time I came up, you won 50-50, Mark.
Josh, I'm not interested in a $6 pot. Plus, I don't think I brought money that night.
All right, six.
What's the point? What's the point of putting in $4 to win six? You might as well go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. 15-15. They're at 5.
So we are 1911 still. No.
We are 1911, and the best front row in Woodstock can do is 18. So the worst we can finish is 4th. So we're in. Waynesboro's in. They're a little bit further away from clinching their division than we are because Stanton is right there, but we can, depending on what happens with us and Percival, we can clinch the division tomorrow night. We can't do it tonight. I don't remember who Percival plays now. Who Percival plays Newmarket. Is there? Do we know if anybody's in the bathroom?
No, you got it.
I gotta wet down my other towel.
Help.
Josh, do with this what you want, whatever information, I don't care. But as of the forfeit announcement, we have clinched a playoff spot.
I told everybody that it was. Nope.
I just told you top 4 make it. Why do you ask me questions if you're not going to listen to the answer?
Somebody told me at the beginning of the season every team made it. I guess that changed.
That was last year.
Oh,
Last year every team made it.
Yeah.
And then you got it changes every year, so you never know from time to time. But every team making it's like hockey. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to play 42 games and have all 12 teams get in for a 1-game playoff. Greg,
Sir.
I spelled Keenan like banana, and I got way too many A's on it.
Good evening,
I got
ladies and
Kanina
gentlemen,
now.
and welcome to Kevin Anderson Field at Bridgeport Stadium. Home of your Winchester Royals. The commissioner of the Valley Baseball League, Rick Furr, welcomes you to tonight's Valley Baseball League matchup between the visiting Strasburg Express and your Winchester Royals. The Valley Baseball League takes great pride in providing a fan-friendly family atmosphere at all of its ballparks.
Unless you're playing P. Diddy in the pregame show.
Valley Baseball League conduct hosted baseball. We hope you enjoy this evening's ball game and thank you for your support of the Winchester Royals in the Valley Baseball League.
Alrighty, where are we at?
Extend a special welcome to all of our Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and their troop and dedicated. As a small token of our appreciation, admission is free for you this evening.
Oh, Brooks, we're wearing the camouflage tops. That's a kick in the crank. And I guess Sarah told me that beforehand. I know she'd.
Also recognize the countless volunteer hours given by troop and dedicated. Your dedication often happens behind the scenes, but makes a lasting
If I'd had more time and more energy last night, I'd have gone back and looked to see. Shit, I forgot to do that again. To see how 17 hits compared for us on the season. That's got to be close to a season high. I meant to go back and any here, Brooks. Any wonders why I call him Bobby Big Time? If there's anything he does, it's self promotion. I'll tell you that. Greg, you said text this to you or email it. I forgot to. Well, I usually wait till I see umpires. Otherwise, I got to kill a lot of time making shit up, which I got plenty to kill. But at least a brief announcement to. You're just gonna until somebody answers you to talk to. You're just gonna keep trying, aren't you? Well, Dixie's officially not happy because yeah, because Brian won't let her announce it. Doesn't he understand that some people don't want to go online? They want to be told. I can only tell you what I'm told. I'm sorry. Sir, uh, it's on, but I don't have the mic turned on. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Nice to nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. What you do? Yeah, we try to make it enjoyable and drop a laugh every once in a while, especially when I'm passing out. Oh, goodness. Well, I did that a lot to a lot of people last week. Apparently, well, I haven't been okay for about 30 years, but yeah, last week was a stretch. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've got one similar to that. Of course, it has my name on it. Yeah, yeah. All that stuff was hanging on the wall until Shenandoah took over and made us get all our stuff out of here. But yeah, I've got. Uh huh. Didn't they have a picture of him from like sitting down outside of Cork Street before a parade? Maybe I'm thinking. Oh, maybe that's down at Cork Street. God, yeah. Well, I know at one time they had some over at the War Memorial Building. I don't know if that's still the case or not. I don't know if they. Yeah, at one time there was some over there, but I don't know. I know. Well, if if they can't figure out somewhere to do with John's, let me know and I'll be more than happy to put it next to mine, so it doesn't get lost or thrown away. I know I'm the creepy, dirty old man, but he got a right good looking young sister there. Mom ain't bad, but I didn't want Dad to punch me. Wow. For the first time in 30 years, cute girls are coming up to see me. She wanted nothing to. She's like, all right, Mom and Dad will do this part. I'll, oh, yes. Well, I asked him to because I never hear anything back, and I like to know, and especially it's always nice to meet people's mom and dad. I don't think I've met a player since I coached, so I must have bumped it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Mark Sawyer live from Bridgeforth Field is tonight the first place Winchester Royals play host to the Strasburg Express. The Express come in third place, 4 games out of first, and comfortably right now in playoff position, although they've still got some work to do to get there. The Royals, as of the official announcement of the Thursday night game at Woodstock, has been given to the Royals as a forfeit. So the Royals now 19-11 on the season. With that announcement, the Royals have clinched a playoff berth, and now we'll just fight for seeding over the last 6 games. Again, the Royals 19-11. They lead Purcellville by 3 games, Strasburg by 4 games. And Woodstock and Newmarket on the outside looking in right now. They are 11 and 18 each, 7.5 out of first place, but they're 2.5 games behind Newmarket for the fourth and final playoff spots. Those two teams play tonight. They're playing each other tonight, and I believe that is in Woodstock. I'll have to double check that. That is, Front Royal is in Woodstock to take on the River Bandits, so the winner of that game becomes a huge Purcellville fan, as Purcellville's at Newmarket. And whoever wins the Front Royal Woodstock game, if Purcellville wins, they find themselves 1 game behind the Rebels in the playoff race. As we head down the stretch, we enter the second to last weekend of the regular season. The Royals, after tonight, just 2 home games left. Wednesday night against Woodstock, and then the season finale right back here against this same Strasburg team on Friday night. That's Navy Federal Credit Union night. When the Express return, it'll be free admission night. Hopefully by then the Royals will be the Northern Division champion. But it's a big game for the Express as they try to lock up a playoff spot. Again, the Royals have clinched a playoff berth. Strasburg sitting at 15 and 15 in third place currently. They have a magic number of 4 to get into the playoffs, and again, that would be a combination of wins and losses depending on which team wins the game tonight in Front Royal. Quickly, scores from last night before we look at the starting lineups. Covington at Charlottesville and Culpeper at Harrisonburg were both postponed. Winchester knocked off Front Royal 12-6. It was Strasburg all over Newmarket 10-2. Purcellville defeated Woodstock 12-7, and the only game played in the north, Stanton knocked off the first place Waynesboro Generals 13-5. Already 1 game complete this afternoon in the league. Charlottesville beat up, and I mean beat up on Stanton 21-0 in Charlottesville. Culpeper leads Covington 1-0. They're in the top of the first. Harrisonburg's at Waynesboro. They're top of the first. We're getting ready to go here. Front Royal at Woodstock. Purcellville at Newmarket. Both those games getting ready to get started momentarily. For the Strasburg Express, they'll line it up like this, leading off. Again, the Express 15 and 15, 4 games out of first. They are 1 game behind Purcellville for second place in the Northern Division. Caden Haywood will lead it off. He's the designated hitter from Western Carolina. Tommy Kerwin will be the shortstop from Wofford College, batting second. Ben Green, the right fielder, bats third from UNC Asheville. Marshall McGowan will be the first baseman, cleanup hitter from Western Carolina. Brian Trujillo, the second baseman from Eastern Kentucky, bats fifth. Fuller Moorish, from Georgia State University, will bat sixth. And for some reason, I didn't write down his position. He'll be doing the catching tonight. Madden Williams will be in left field, batting seventh from Sanford University. Tanner Waldrop will play third, bats eighth from Auburn. Jay Douglas will be the center fielder from Eastern Kentucky. He bats ninth. We'll step aside momentarily as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Mark Sawyer from Bridgeforth Field. We get set for this Northern Division battle between the Winchester Royals and Strasburg Express. On the mound tonight for the Strasburg Express, right-hander from Wheeling University. And I'm going to apologize now because I'll say his name differently every time tonight. It'll probably never be right. The right-hander, Tomoki Jitsukawa from Tokyo, Japan, will make the start for the for the Express. He comes in with a record of 2-2 on the season. We got a youngster, Boy Scout, throwing out the first pitch, and he accomplishes that, and we are just about ready to go. Fifth meeting between these two teams this year. Strasburg leads this season series 3-1. The only team in the Northern Division the Royals don't have a winning record against. Strasburg won the first 3 games of the season. The Royals able to scratch one out the other night in Strasburg. They hit 2 solo home runs in the top of the 9th to take a 6-4 lead. Were able to hang on to win that one 6-5 for their first win over this Express team this season. Again, 2 more games left between these two teams, both right here at Bridgeforth tonight, and the season finale here at Bridgeforth. There will be 1 more game on Saturday for both these teams, but Strasburg will be here next Friday night for the last regular season home game for the Royals. Lining up for the Winchester Royals, again, 19-11, first in the North, 3 games up on Purcellville, and they have clinched a playoff spot. Jamie Padilla, the center fielder from Shenandoah. He'll be followed by his teammate from Shenandoah, Carl Keenan, second baseman. Brody Connors plays third. He'll bat third from Old Dominion. Cleanup hitter Amar Fleming, the second, plays first base from High Point. Troy Davis will be in left field, batting fifth from East Strasburg University. Todd Abraham, right fielder from Binghamton University, will bat sixth. Zach Fortman, the shortstop from the University of South, will bat seventh. Ian Kaiser, the designated hitter from Binghamton University, will bat eighth. J.J. Hand, the catcher from Old Dominion, will bat ninth. On the mound for the Royals, just his second start of the season, his 13th appearance, Tyler Oakes, the right-hander from Western Carolina, comes in with a record of 1-0. Rest of Tyler's numbers, again, 13th appearance, second start, he's 1-0, 199 earned run average. He does have 4 saves on the season, which leads the team in up in the league leaders, 22 and 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 4, struck out 36. Let me give you those numbers again. 22 innings, 4 walks, 36 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 extra base hits. They're doubles. A 182 average against. First pitch in there for a strike, nothing in 1. That's in there for a strike, nothing in 2. Quickly ahead in the count to Caden Haywood, the designated hitter from Western Carolina for the Express. Haywood on the season, a 358 hitter. That's a pretty good number. He's starting his 22nd game. Appeared in 22. He strikes out to start the game. Let's finish his numbers. 29 for 81. 1 home run, 22 RBIs, and he is quickly at number 1 here in the first. Tommy Kerwin, the shortstop from Wofford College, will be the hitter. Batting second. Kerwin, a 333 hitter, 21st start, 21st appearance, 26 for 78, no home runs, 13 RBIs. This Strasburg team, a 274 hitting team on the season as a team. 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. And before we get too much further along, I need to pull out my glasses so I can see what's going on. Oh, we got... That's grounded towards second base. Up with it is Keenan. He'll set his feet, fire on to first just in time to get the speedy Tommy Kerwin as he headed up the line. I got a wet spot underneath where my glasses were. I got some condensation from some drinks trying to keep me hydrated here. Now my score sheet's all wet. I'm off to a bad start. I was already off to a bad start when I screwed up my lineup score. Left Zach Fortman off my lineup. Swung on and missed. Nothing and 1 the count to Ben Green, the right fielder from the University of North Carolina, Asheville. Green, a 389 hitter, his 12th start, 12th appearance, 14 for 36, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. Takes off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Quickly, 2 outs for Oaks and the Royals here in the top of the first, just underway. Bridge fourth field, the Royals and the Express. The Royals are playoff bound. The Express trying to get there. The 1-1. That's downstairs for a ball. 2-1. Winchester wearing their patriotic camouflage jerseys with the red, white, and blue win across the chest. Strasburg in their road purple jerseys. Slider will catch the outside corner. 2-2. I don't think Ben Green thought much of that call. Thought it might have been a little bit outside. Oaks trying to turn in a 1-2-3 inning to get the Royals going here in the first. The set, the 2-2. Foul tipped into the screen. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haven't had a chance to give you the defensive setup for the Royals. That might have to wait till the next inning unless Green can reach here. Swung on and missed. He does not. And the Express go in order here in the first. 1, 2, 3 and outs. For the Express, nothing doing in the first. We've played a half an inning. Strasburg 0. Winchester coming to bat. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Tomoki Jitsukawa on the mound for the Strasburg Express. comes in with a record of 2-2, a 5.67 earned run average. Starting his third game, let's start that again. Starting his sixth game, his 8th appearance, 2-2 on the season, 27 innings pitched. He's allowed 34 hits, 18 runs, 17 are earned. He's walked 7, struck out 19. He's allowed 12 extra base hits, 7 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs. The league hitting .318 against Strasburg starter Tomoki Jitsukawa. Jamie Padilla will lead it off for the Royals, center fielder from Shenandoah. Padilla on the season, his 18th start, 19th appearance, a .246 hitter, 17 for 69, no home runs, 10 RBIs, right-handed hitting outfielder. First pitch swing and flares it into center field, and that's in there for a base hit. So the Royals get a base runner to get us going here in the first. And then I'll bring up Carl Keenan, also from Shenandoah University. A mid-season addition for the Royals, a .319 hitter, his 12th start, 13th appearance, 15 for 47. No home runs, 3 RBIs. Padilla down at first is 9 for 11 in stolen bases on the season. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Keenan showed bunt, pulled it back. Defensively for the Express, out in the outfield, left to right. Madden Williams, Jay Douglas, Ben Green around the infield, third to first. Tanner Waltrip, Timmy Kerwin, Brian Trujillo, Marshall McGowan. The 1-0 to Keenan. Slider in there for a strike, 1-1. Behind the plate, Fuller, Morrish. And again on the mound, Tomoki Jitsukawa. The 1-1 to Keenan. Popped it up. Kerwin calling everybody off, and he will make the catch just to the left of the mound for out number 1 here in the Royals' first. Brody Connors will be the hitter. Connors, the third baseman from Old Dominion, a .316 hitter, his 22nd start, 23rd appearance, 25 for 79, no home runs, 12 RBIs, 5 extra base hits. They're all doubles. He's having a nice little conversation with the umpire, seeing how his summer's going. Runner at first, 1 out. Royals trying to jump on top here in the early going. The first pitch, rather, grounded towards short, should be 2. Up with it is Kerwin. He'll run over, tag the bag himself, on to first. A 6-3 double play, so the Royals get a leadoff man on. Can't move him around. And they'll go in order here in the first. No runs a hit, no errors. Nobody left. We've played an inning. It's Strasburg 0, Winchester 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the second, no score. Royals and Express. This battle between Northern Division foes here at Bridgeforth Field. Tyler Oaks back to the mound. He retired the Express in order in the first with a couple of strikeouts. Still face the middle of the lineup for Strasburg here in the second. Marshall McGowan, Brian Trujillo, Fuller, Marish. Before we get going, check the defensive alignment for the Royals. Out in the outfield, left to right, Troy Davis, Jamie Padilla, Todd Abraham. Around the infield, Brody Connor, third to first around the infield, Brody Connors, Zach Fortman, Carl Keenan, Amar Fleming the seconds, J.J. Hand behind the plates, and Tyler Oaks on the mound for the Royals. First pitch Slide in there for a strike, 0-1. Marshall McGowan leading it off. McGowan, if I turn the sheet over, get the right lineup on there. McGowan, the first baseman from Western Carolina, takes down and away 1-1. McGowan, a .342 hitter, 20th start, 22nd appearance, 25 for 73, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. He also has 8 doubles and a couple of triples. That ball's lined toward first, right to Fleming. McGowan hit it right on the screws, but right to the Royals' first baseman. Well, if he gets that down the line a little bit, it's in the corner for extra bases, but hit it right to Fleming at first. That'll bring up Brian Trujillo, the second baseman from Eastern Kentucky. Trujillo leads the Express with a .500 batting average, but only has 10 at-bats, just his third start, third appearance, 5 for 10. No home runs, 2 RBIs, and I don't care if you've only got 10 at-bats, 5 for 10's pretty good number. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 from Oaks, down and away, 2-0. Royals on the road tomorrow night at Newmarket. 7:30 start. The Strasburg Express team, they are back home. That fastball misses outside to go 3-0. They take on the Woodstock River Bandits, and the River Bandits not quite in desperation mode, but certainly getting there as they need to start winning some games if they hope to continue their season. The 3-0, that's nowhere near. Trujillo will draw the one-out walk here in the second. Fuller Morris, the catcher from Georgia State University, will be the hitter. Morris, his 6th start, 6th appearance. .278 hitter, 5 for 18. 1 home run. It was a solo shot as he's only got 1 RBI. He hits with a runner at first and 1 out here in the Strasburg second. That's going to be lined into right field for a base hit. First hit of the game. Over to cut it off is Davis. I'm sorry, is Abraham. Davis is in left, and easily going first to third is Trujillo, and the Express have something going here in the second inning with 1 out. Now Tyler Oaks needs one of those patented strikeouts that he's got so many of this year. Madden Williams, the left fielder from Sanford, will be the hitter. Williams, a .254 hitter, 16th start, 20th appearance, 15 for 59, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Royals would really like a ground ball right at Zach Fortman here. See if they can't roll up a double play to end the inning and get the Royals back to the bat rack. That pitch misses inside, 1-0. So the 1-out walk down at third base now with 1 out. And that'll miss way outside. Oaks has gone 2-0 on Williams. Strasburg as a team, 76 stolen bases in 87 attempts, so they will run. That's grounded towards short. Foreman up with it, flips to second for 1. Keenan on to first. Just what the Royals needed, a 6-4-3 double play to get out of a jam. Fortman to Keenan to Fleming to retire the side for the Express. No runs a hit, no errors. The Express will leave a runner on in scoring position. We've played an inning and a half. Each team has rolled a double play. We're scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second. The Royals in the Express from Bridgeforth Field. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Back to the mound for the Express. Tomoki Jitsukawa. It's a fun name to say. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. He'll face the middle of the Royals order as the Royals went in order in the first. Fleming, Davis, Abraham. 4-5-6 for Winchester here in the second. Amar Fleming had a big 3-run blast here last night to give the Royals a 5-2 lead. They had to come back and score 6 unanswered to pick up the win. Fleming, a 208 hitter. 13th game, 13th appearance, 10 for 48. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Fleming, the left-handed hitting first baseman for the Royals, will lead off here in the second. The first pitch, check swing, tried to hold up, did he? And they're not even going to ask, and I'm not sure. It's a left-handed hitter, so you would think he would ask down the third base line. The first base umpire is looking down toward first base, and the first base umpire saying, that's not my call. The left-handed hitter, that's the third base coach's, our third base umpire's call. Correct? So why is he arguing with that guy? And now there's going to be a discussion on the mound, so maybe the discussion's not about the check swing. It looks like it's about the mound. Something wrong with the mound for Jitsukawa. Something he doesn't like about the mound, and there's not going to be a whole lot anybody can do about it because it's a complete turf field, so there's no dirt to replace or pad or anything. It's just an AstroTurf mound. And I wonder if he's wearing spikes. You're not allowed to wear spikes on the mound, but they're not making him change. They're not making him change shoes, so 1 ball's the count. That fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. So whatever the conversation was, it was short and sweet, and everybody back to where they need to be. The 1-1 to Fleming. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 strike. Well, I thought it was strike 3, but apparently the man getting paid to make those decisions did not. 2-2 as that misses, I guess, outside. The 2-2 to Fleming. Lined into center field. That'll be the second hit of the night for the Royals. And Moore had 3 pokes last night for Winchester, including the 3-run home run. He stays hot with the bat. And now Troy Davis will be the hitter. Troy Davis, the left fielder from East Strasburg University. Big 2-out RBI single, or 2-run single last night for the Royals. Gives him the team lead in RBIs. Well, first pitch swinging, grounded to short, to second for 1, on to first, and it's not going to be in time. Troy beats the wrap, so good job by Fleming to break it up at second. Troy will reach on the fielder's choice. Todd Abraham will be the hitter now, the right fielder from Binghamton University. Todd on the season, 164 hitter, his 20th start, 22nd appearance, 10 for 61, no home runs, 8 RBIs. Slider downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Had to refresh my stats. I still had the Royal stats up from last night. So I'll have to give you Troy's numbers when he comes back around. He does lead the Royals with 16 RBIs after his hit last night late in the game. The 1-0 to Abraham throw to first. Troy back in time. Troy 9 for 9 in stolen bases down at first base. He is tied with Padilla for second on the team with the Royals. Winchester 60 for 71 in stolen bases as a team. That's downstairs for a ball, 2-0. So the Royals know that they are in when the playoffs start after the regular season. Strasburg most likely going to get there, but they haven't done that yet. The throw to second, Davis will slide under the tag, and he's in there safely. Davis will steal second, his 10th of the year, and he's in scoring position now for Abraham. That pitch was in there for a strike, 2-1. Zach Fortman waits on deck regardless of what I originally wrote down on my score sheet. Now it's just a big ink blotter. Todd trying to give the Royals the lead here in the second inning, the 2-1. Just misses outside, 3-1 the count. And as usual, plenty of people down the first base side in Strasburg purple here to support their club here tonight, especially on a beautiful Saturday night in the Shenandoah Valley. The 3-1 to Abraham. That's downstairs, ball four. Todd will draw the walk, and the Royals have a couple on here in the second. Strasburg got 2 on in the top, but a double play got them out of the inning. Zach Fortman, the shortstop from the University of Shawnee, will be the hitter. Zach, a .227 hitter, 21st start, 23rd appearance, 17 for 75. 1 home run, 13 RBIs. He'd like to add to that RBI number here with a couple here in the second inning. First pitch, swung on and missed, pulled the string on him, and Fortman out in front of an off-speed pitch. Davis at second, Abraham at first, 1 out. Royals here in the second inning trying to jump on top, trying to claim their second victory over Strasburg this season. The 0-1. Tap towards short. Up with it is Kerwin. He'll flip to second for 1. It's not going to be hit hard enough to turn 2, so the Royals will have him on the corners with 2 outs. Fortman was fooled, and he got out in front of it and hit a soft ground ball too short, and that'll bring up Ian Kaiser now. Kaiser, the designated hitter from Binghamton. Kaiser, a .294 hitter, his 9th start, 15th appearance, 5 for 17, no home runs. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitching Chitsukawa. That's off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The Royals would certainly take one of those wild pitches that they're so famous for scoring from this year. The 1-0. That'll miss upstairs, 2-0. J.J. Hand waits on deck, but there are 2 outs. Kaiser can extend the inning and bring Hand to the plate. At the very least, the Royals would have the bases loaded with 2 outs. The 2-0, fisted toward short, should be just over the head of Kerwin. It looked like it was going to be a looping line drive to Kerwin for the 3rd out, but it just got over the head of Tommy Kerwin, and the Royals are going to grab a 1-0 lead for Kaiser, his 3rd RBI of the season. Troy Davis scores easily, and J.J. Hand will hit now with 2 outs and the Royals on top. Fortman will get the second, Kaiser to first, and now J.J. Hand, his 9th start, 10th appearance, an .083 hitter, 2 for 24, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Safe to say that JJ's offensive year not going anywhere near what he had hoped for so far this season, but that can all be certainly rectified with a big hit here to drive in a run. The 0-1 to Hand, slider in there for a strike, 0-2. So the Royals get a couple of hits here in the second rather. A big 2-out hit from Ian Kaiser. It wasn't pretty, but when he calls home to talk about it tonight, it's going to be a line drive RBI single to give the Royals the lead. The 0-2 fisted toward second base, and nobody's going to be able to make the play. Another wild, wicked hit for the Royals. It was a looping fly ball that hit right at second base. Kerwin couldn't make the play in the air, and then when he fielded the short hop, by the time he threw to first, Hand had beat it out. So 2 of the ugliest hits you may ever see in your life have the Royals with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the second for Padilla, who singled his first time up. They weren't very pretty hits, but they're not giving them back, that's for sure. Swung on and missed. Jamie chased a slider off the plate. 0-1. The 0-1. Slider down and away. Count evens up 1-1. Padilla trying to get the Royals on the board with a crooked number here in the second. Big game for both teams. Obviously bigger for Strasburg. A 1-1. Grounded towards second. Should be easy. Trujillo up with it. He will fire on to first. Low throw. But McGowan able to make the play, and the Royals are out here in the second. But they will score 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and the Royals will leave 3 on. Your score after 2 complete: Winchester 1, Strasburg 0. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Tyler Oaks back to the mound. He now has a 1-0 lead as he comes to work in the third inning. He gave up a couple of base runners in the second inning, but able to get a ground ball double play to retire the side. 8-9-1 to hit for Strasburg here in the third. Tanner Waldrop, Jay Douglas, and Caden Haywood for the Express. Tanner Waldrop, the third baseman from Auburn University, will lead it off. Waldrop, a .236 hitter, his 15th start, 16th appearance, 13 for 55. He has 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Swung on and missed, 0-1 the count on the Strasburg third baseman. A run, 4 hits for the Royals, no runs a hit for the Express. Neither team has committed an error here in the early going. The 0-1, that'll miss and hit him. Tried to come inside and he came too far down and in and got him right in the ankle. So Waldrop will be the leadoff hitter for Strasburg here in the third. That'll bring up Jay Douglas, center fielder from Eastern Kentucky. Douglas, a .244 hitter, 11th start, 11th appearance, 10 for 41, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Right-handed hitting center fielder. Royals again looking for a ground ball to roll one up, and that's going to skip in there and be a wild pitch. Hand was able to backhand it and keep it from going to the backstop, but couldn't field it cleanly, and it bounced away from him, allowing Waldrop to get to second base. So a hit batter and a wild pitch have the tying run in scoring position for the Express here in the third. Douglas trying to pick up his 4th RBI of the season. He squares the bunt. It's going to get in the dirt. Another pitch in the dirt, but I guess Waldrop didn't see it right away, as it did get away from Hand, but he decided he was going to stay where he was. Didn't think it got far enough away for him to move up. First 2 pitches, Douglas has squared the bunt, but taken him both for balls. See what he does here. 2-0. He's swinging away and swings and misses. 2-1. Douglas then back to the top of the order for Strasburg. The 2-1. He squares the bunt again, pulls it back, and it's in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. Jay might have thought that was a little bit off the plate. Didn't say anything, but certainly had that look on his face that he wasn't crazy about the call. If Oaks could get a strikeout here, it'd be a big strikeout for him and the Royals. The 2-2 to Douglas. Grounded towards second base. That'll get the job done. Keenan up with it. He'll fire on to first to retire Douglas, but Waldrop will move to third on a nice at-bat by Jay Douglas to get the runner to third with less than 2 outs, and that'll bring up Caden Haywood. Haywood struck out his first time up, and Tyler would really like to see that happen again here. The Express are trying to pull off one of the Royals' famous tricks, scoring a run without the benefit of a hit. Swung on and missed, 0-1. It must be score a lot of runs in the Southern Division today as Culpeper is beaten up on Covington 8-0. They're in the bottom of the third. That's after Charlottesville buried Stanton 21-0. Slider misses downstairs, 1-1 the count. Waynesboro leads Harrisonburg 2-0 there in the third. Woodstock over Front Royal 1-0 top of the third. No score. Percival Newmarket just underway down at Rebel Park. The 1-1. That ball's lined into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Haywood rounding first. He's going to go cruise into second base with an RBI double. And the Express have tied it up with a run here in the second on a 1-out RBI double off the bat of Caden Haywood. For Haywood, his 6th double of the season, his 23rd RBI. And now the Express have the lead run in scoring position. Tommy Kerwin grounded to second his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He'll foul that one into the screen. 0-1. We're 1-1 in the third. Oaks will set the 0-1. That'll miss down and in. 1-1. The 1-1 from Oaks, grounded towards short. Hayden's going to have to hold up, throw to first, bang, bang play, but he got him. Good strong throw from Fortman with the ball being hit in front of him. Haywood had to hold up, and now he'll be at second base with 2 outs for Ben Green, who struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Fouled out of play, 0-1. No balls to strike, 2 outs. We are 1-1 in the third. Strasburg trying to take the lead. That ball sharply hit towards short, backhanded by Fortman. He'll have no play at first. He'll try to catch Haywood not paying attention as he throws it to Connors at third, and Connors wasn't exactly paying attention, waiting for the throw, but he was able to corral it before it got away, allowing the runner to score. So an infield hit for Kerwin, and for the second time in the last 2 innings, the Express have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Well, with runners on the corners, last time they hit into a double play. McGowan hit one right on the screws his first time up. And he'll hit this one hard down the third base line, but foul. He lined out to Fleming at first to start the second inning. A one-out RBI double by Caden Haywood has tied this game up. Now the Express trying to take the lead with 2 outs. And their cleanup hitter at the plate popped it up. Coming in is Abraham in right field, and he'll make the catch. So the Express threatened to take the lead, but they do tie it up. They score a run on 2 hits. There were no Winchester errors. Strasburg will leave 2 on base. Your score after 2.5. Strasburg 1, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the third. Royals and Express 1-1 in this battle between Northern Division foes. These two teams met in the second round of the playoffs last year, with Strasburg doing a number on the Royals to eliminate Winchester and advance to the Northern Division finals, where they also won and then went on to win the league championship last year. So the defending league champion Strasburg Express in town here tonight. Throw down to second, and we're ready to go in the bottom of the third inning. Tomoki Jitsukawa back to the mound for Strasburg. He'll face the middle of the Royals order, 2, 3, 4. Keenan, Connors, and Fleming for the Royals. Nice little visit before the game. Yesterday, starting pitcher Aiden Jovia, his parents and sister came up to say hello and had a nice little conversation with them. Had some nice things to say, and we appreciate them coming up and saying hello and everything they had to say, and we certainly welcome them to town and hope they're enjoying Winchester in the Shenandoah Valley. 0-1 the count as that slider in there to Keenan. Keenan 0 for 1. He popped to short his first time up, and certainly anybody else that is going to come to town over the next week and a half before the season ends, we encourage you to come up and say hello. Grounded sharply to second. Trujillo bobbles it, but he'll have time to recover and throw on to first for out number 1 here in the third. Always nice to meet, see, and talk with players' parents, and certainly always much appreciative of their comments about the broadcast and how much they appreciate it, because that's who we do it for, is so mom and dad and sisters and brothers can sit home and watch their kin play here in the Valley League. First pitch, slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Brody Connors grounded into a double play his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Royals banged out 17 hits last night against Front Royal. They have 4 already here tonight. The 0-1 to Brody fouled out a play, 0-2. Royals got a run in the second. Strasburg even it up with a run in the third. We're 1-1 in the bottom of the third. Again, 5th meeting between these two teams. They'll meet one more. Popped it up toward shallow right field. Coming on in right field is Ben Green, and he'll make the catch. Last night we saw several of those drop in front of Front Royal right fielders, but Ben Green says not on my watch, and he'll make the catch for out number 2 here in the third inning and bring up Amar Fleming. Singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Second the team behind Cam Tellefson in home runs on the season. With his third, he's hit 2 of them here And both the ones he's hit here have been absolute no-doubters. The 0-1 to Amar. That's in there for a strike, nothing in two. Royals on the road tomorrow night at Newmarket, then off for a couple days before returning home next Wednesday for the final push. They'll face the Woodstock River Bandits here Wednesday night. The Royals 5-0 against the River Bandits this season, even though the last time they played they didn't score any runs, but that's another story altogether. 1-2 the count to Big Amar Fleming. Swung on and missed, and Amar down on strikes. Royals go in order here in the third, nothing doing. We've played three. It's Strasburg 1, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Throw down a second. We're ready to go. Mark Sawyer back at Bridgeport Field for tonight's Northern Division battle between the Winchester Royals, Strasburg Express. We go to the fourth. Have a 1-1 ball game. 4-5-6 to hit for Strasburg, Trujillo, Morris, and Williams. Trujillo walks his first time up, was stranded at third in the second inning. Trying to get the Express going here in the fourth. He'll swing at a slider down and away, nothing in one. So officially the game at Woodstock the other night that the Royals were trailing 1-0 goes as a forfeit by Woodstock, as they used an ineligible pitcher, which is another long story altogether. But the unfortunate thing is none of the stats will count from that game. So Ryan Bates, who threw another gem, the 1-1, downstairs for ball 2-1, not only will not get the win, but he threw 6 innings and gave up no earned runs, which would really make his ERA, which is already beautiful, look really, really good. Lifted toward right field, but that's going to drift out of play and land somewhere near the Strasburg bullpen. Two, that's lifted toward the Strasburg bullpen, and that's going to fall out of play and make some youngster's night, as he's going to go get himself one of them luscious freezy pops. The 2-2 to Trujillo, grounded towards short. Fortman up with it, a couple of crow hops to first. Strong throw, and Brian Trujillo retired 6-3 to start the fourth. Fuller Morris will be the hitter. He singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He was erased on a double play to end the second inning. You take away that hit batter and wild pitch, and Tyler Oaks still has himself a lead here, although without the wild pitch, where Haywood hit that ball up the alley, Waldrop probably still would have scored, so the wild pitch didn't play into it. The 1-0, that'll miss outside 2-0. It is Scout night here at the ballpark. Boys and girls scouts and their leaders in their uniforms get in for free. So a nice little crowd on hand. The 2-0, and it's in there for a strike, 2-1. And it's my understanding Wednesday is Little League night or whatever the hell it's called. They got to just wear their jerseys. Brody Connors with the leaping grab to retire Morris, who hit that one right on the screws. You can't hit a ball any harder than he just did. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's baseball. Sometimes you bleed them around and get hit. Sometimes you hit the ton out of them and get nothing to show for it. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Wednesday night, when the Royals return home to take on the Woodstock River Bandits, it is Little League Baseball night, so it's my understanding that anybody wearing their Little League Baseball jerseys will get in free. I know they get in free. I don't know if they have to wear their jerseys or not, but represent your team and come in your jerseys anyway. And cheer on the Royals as they try to march on to a Northern Division title. And maybe by then the Royals will have the Northern Division wrapped up. That will depend on what happens tonight and tomorrow night in the league. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Gets away from Hand, but not very far. He'll recover. Fire to first. Low throw, but Fleming able to dig it out to retire the side. So Williams will strike out, be thrown out 2-3. The Express go in order here in the fourth. Nothing doing. We've played 3.5. We're 1-1. Strasburg and Winchester. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Royals Express 1-1. Troy Davis will lead it off. He scored the only run for the Royals. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored on the RBI single by Ian Kaiser. He'll take a pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Troy leads the Royals with 16 RBIs. I promised I would tell you his numbers when he came back up. And we're going to have to wait till he comes around again as he lifts this one toward right center field on his horse. Out in center field is Jay Douglas, and he'll track it down for the first out. So Davis made a bid for extra bases, but good speed from Jay Douglas in center field to keep him off the bases, and that'll bring up Todd Abraham. Todd walked his first time up, was retired on the fielder's choice at second base. Looking for his first at-bat officially of the night. First pitch to Todd, grounded foul toward the Royals dugout. Troy Davis leads the Royals with 16 RBIs after his 8th inning 2-run single last night. He overtook Cam Telebson for that number. Troy led the Royals for a good part of the season in RBIs. The 0-1, it's in there for a strike, 0-2. In fact, it was Telebson's 2-run home run last Wednesday at Strasburg gave him the team lead. It had been that way until last night. The 0-2. That's upstairs, 1-2. Davison Fortman, if anybody reaches Ian Kaiser, there is one out here in the Royals' fourth inning. The 1-2. Popped it up. Should be easy for somebody. Trio going back. He will make the catches. Green came on, and probably a ball that Green should have taken charge of and made the catch, but Trio makes the catch. And there are 2 outs here in the fourth. And that is 6 in a row retired by Jitsukawa. Zach Fortman reached on a fielder's choice his first time up, grounded to third. Up with it is Waldrop. He will throw on to first, and another 1-2-3 inning for Jitsukawa Kama and the Strasburg Express. We've played 4. Winchester 1, Strasburg 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia. The Royals and Express do battle here. We go to the top of the fifth. We are deadlocked at 1. Strasburg will send up 8-9-1 here in their half of the fifth, and that was a combination to get them on the board in the third. Waldrop led off, being hit by a pitch, was advanced on the wild pitch, scored on the 1-out RBI double by Caden Haywood for the only run of the game for the Express thus far. A run, 4 hits for the Royals, a run, 3 hits for the Express. Neither team has committed an error as the first pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike count, evens up at a ball and a strike. Waldrop, Douglas, and back to the top of the order for Strasburg here in the fifth. The 1-1. Tapped down the first base side, but it'll drift foul. 1-2. Percival has grabbed a 1-0 lead over Newmarket. They're still in the top of the first. Woodstock leads Front Royal 4-0 there in the top of the fourth. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Oaks will take a couple steps toward first base, throw on to first. For the first out of the inning here in the fifth for Jay Douglas. Douglas grounded to second his first time up, but that's moved Waldrop to third to set up the RBI double, though I think he would have scored from just about anywhere on the bases. Slider will miss and kick all the way to the backstop. 1-0. Again, those just tuning in, the Royals have clinched a playoff berth and will be on for the next part of the season. The Strasburg Express trying to get there. Their magic number to get in is 4. The best they can do tonight is cut that down to 3, as both Woodstock and Front Royal tied for last, the 1-1. Swung on a miss, 1-2, and one of those two teams will win tonight, so They'll gain another game on the losing team. It's the winning team that still figures into the playoff picture. The 1-2 downstairs for a ball 2-2. The Royals would like to send Strasburg back down the interstate, still needing a magic number of 4, and then getting themselves a little bit closer to a Northern Division title. Oaks has his sign, the 2-2. Grounded towards second. Fielded by Keenan. He will, a couple of crow hops toward first, throw on to Fleming for out number 2 here in the 5th inning. Caden Haywood, 1 for 2. He drove in the only run for Strasburg with a 1-out double in the 3rd. He's also struck out. He'll hit with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. First pitch, slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Oaks is 0-1. Grounded sharply toward short, backhanded by Fortman. He couldn't handle it cleanly. It kicked off his glove straight up in the air. He fired on to first, but it was Haywood just beating it out. We'll see how they score it. It was a tough play for Fortman, but I think if he backhands it the way he's played lately, good strong throw gets him. It will go as an infield hit for Caden Haywood, his 2nd of the game, and he'll be at first now with 2 outs for Tommy Kerwin, who is grounded out to short, grounded out to second, grounded out to short. Haywood hit it hard, but Fortman got there, backhanded it, but didn't field it cleanly. It kicked off his glove straight up in the air. Time it came down, he threw to first, but it was just not in time. That's grounded toward Keenan. Keenan on to first. Is going to be not in time. Another infield single. Keenan had to go into shallow right field to field that. Spun and threw to first, but not in time. So a couple of 2-out infield hits for the Express here in the 5th. They now have 5 hits, 2 from Haywood, 2 from Kerwin. I don't know why I've got Kerwin down for 2 hits. He doesn't have 2 hits. It was Ben Green that got the other hit. So scratch Kerwin's 2 hits. He has 1 now. And now Green a chance to give the Express the lead for the first time tonight. That's fouled into the screen, 0-1. Green struck out in the first, singled in the 3rd. I think when Green got his hit, I marked it down in the wrong box and gave it to Kerwin. The 0-1 downstairs for a ball. Count evens up 1-1. Again, both these teams back in action tomorrow night. Strasburg returns home. Winchester on the road at Newmarket. The 1-1. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Oaks trying to work around a couple of 2-out infield hits here in the 5th. Has his sign. He'll come set. Takes a look at the runners. The 1-2. Slider down and away. Count evens up 2-2. Just 2 more home games for the Royals after tonight in the regular season. Woodstock Wednesday night, and then Strasburg to wrap up the regular season home schedule next Friday night. Again, it is Navy Federal Credit Union night next Friday night. Free admission night, and that's the 2-2. Grounded into right field for a base hit. Abraham up with it. The throw home is going to be not in time. A high hopper. It was a good throw from Abraham, and it was in time, but the bounce was high, and Hand had to go up to make the play. And Haywood was able to slide underneath the tag, and 3 2-out hits have given the Express the lead here in the 5th inning. RBI single from Ben Green, and that's his 2nd hit of the night. And it was just another ground ball, but it got through the infield, and now the Express lead at 2-1. And that comes high and tight, and McGowan will be hit. So on the play, Kerwin goes all the way to 3rd. Green's at first, but he'll now be at second as McGowan hit in the shoulder. And that'll load the bases, and the Express a chance to put a big number on the board here. If Trujillo can come up with a 2-out base hit for the Express. They've already gotten 3 this inning. The first 2 didn't leave the infield, but the third one a solid single to right to give Strasburg a 2-1 lead here in the 5th. Trujillo is 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out. And before Trujillo bats, we'll have a visit from the Royals dugout. But back to the schedule. Strasburg here next Friday night to close out the home portion of the Winchester Royals season. They will have one more game Saturday night at Front Royal. And the conversation is over. Tyler Oaks will remain on the mound to face Brian Trujillo. All this with 2 outs. First 2 guys grounded out to start the inning. Then a 2-out infield hit by Haywood, a 2-out infield hit by Kerwin, 2-out hit by Ben Green, and now Marshall McGowan hit by a pitch to load the bases. First pitch to Trujillo, swung on and missed. 0-1. Oaks comes back with a good hard slider to get ahead in the count. 0-1. Oaks takes a look at the runners, who's 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Oaks trying to limit the damage. The 0-2 just misses downstairs. Didn't miss by much. Count 1-2 to the Strasburg second baseman, Brian Trujillo. Oaks sets the 1-2. Swung on and missed, struck him out to end the inning, but a good inning for the Express, and it all happens with 2 outs. 1 run on 3 hits. No Royals errors. And the Express will leave them loaded. We've played 4.5. We're halfway home. Strasburg 2, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tomoki Jitsukawa back to the mound for the Express. Back out there for the first time tonight with a lead. He'll face 8-9-1 for the Royals here in the 5th. Kaiser 1 for 1. He got sawed off, but was able to flare one in to the outfield for an RBI single in the 2nd inning to account for the only Royals run. The Express now out hitting the Royals 6-4 with those 3 2-out hits in the top of the fifth. First pitch to Kaiser. He squares the bunt. Offered at it. He's down to the count now. 0-1. Kaiser, Hand, then back at the top of the order, Jamie Padilla. The 0-1 fouled out of play. Count evens 1-1. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Strasburg. A run, 4 hits, no errors for the Royals. Strasburg overcame an early 1-0 deficit. Have scored runs in the third and fifth to jump out on top here over the Royals. The 0-2. That'll miss downstairs. 1-2. Again, the Express lead the season series over the Royals 3-1. They won the first 3. The 1-2 fouled out of play. The count remains 1-2. For the Royals were able to put together a win last Wednesday in Strasburg. The 1-2 to Kaiser. Grounded towards second base. Should be easy for Trujillo. He'll field and throw on to first for out number 1 here in the Royals' fifth.
Now batting, the catcher, number 18, J.J. Hand.
J.J. Hand, 1 for 1 tonight. He got a base hit back in the second inning. It wasn't the most beautiful thing, but he'll take it. Hand will hit with nobody on him. 1 out. The first pitch swung on and missed. Good hard slider. 0-1 to the Royals catcher J.J. Hand. The 0-1 swung on, foul tipped at the plate. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 slider down and away. Since Hand's single in the second, Jutsukawa has retired 8 in a row. The 1-2 grounded foul down the third base side toward the Royals dugouts. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2 to Hand. That'll miss inside and almost hit him. Count evens up 2-2. The 2-2 slider down away. We've gone full 3-2. Hand hitting in the 9 hole for the Royals tonight. His job, get on base. Try to see if the top of the order can make something happen. The 3-2 swung on and missed. He strikes out for out number 2 here in the fifth. Another slider down and away. Might have been off the plate, but with 2 strikes, probably too close to take. Jamie Padilla, 1 for 2, single the first, was erased on a double play. He's also grounded out here tonight. He'll hit with 2 outs in the Royals' fifth. Nobody on. That's downstairs for a ball. 1-0. Strasburg has 6 hits, 5 of them from their top 3 hitters. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 to Padilla, grounded towards short. Kerwin up with it, off balance throw to first. Good strong throw to retire the side. For the 3rd inning in a row, the Royals will go in order. Nothing doing for Winchester in the 5th. We've played 5. It's Strasburg 2, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia. I'm Mark Slayer with you tonight for this Northern Division matchup between the Strasburg Express Winchester Royals. Tyler Oaks back to the mound. He'll take the mound for the first time tonight, trailing by a run. He'll face 6, 7, 8 in the Strasburg lineup. Morrish, Williams, Waldrop. Morris 1 for 2, hit the ball that he was out on much harder than he did the ball that he got a hit on. Singled in the second, was erased on a double play. He's also lined to third. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 off the plate for ball, 2-1. The 2-1. That's upstairs for a ball, 3-1. The 3-1 lifted toward center field. Padilla will take a couple steps back, and he will make the catch in center field for out number 1. So apparently this is not Tyler Oaks. We do have a new pitcher for the Royals. So Oaks will go 5 innings, and he stands to lose his first game of the season if the Royals cannot rally for him. Henry Anderson will be the new pitcher for the Royals from Shepherd University. Takes over for Tyler Oaks. So we'll get you some numbers on Henry. First pitch off the plate for a ball to Madden Williams. Williams 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, struck out in the fourth. The 1-0 from Anderson. Off the plate for a ball, 2-0. Henry Anderson making his 4th appearance on the season for the Royals, all in relief. No record, 1.80 earned run average. He's worked 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run it's earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. The league hitting 118 against the new Royals pitcher, Henry Anderson. And we apologize for the delay getting him into the game. The Royals are wearing their camouflage jerseys tonight, which the numbers on the back are hard to read, and there are no numbers on the front. The 2-1 downstairs for a ball, 3-1. So during his pitching motion, it still looked like 39, and Tyler Oaks was still on the mound. Anderson's 3-1 to Williams. That's nowhere near. Williams draw the 1-out walk. Trying to put together some of the numbers. Try to give you some numbers on the Royal starter. Tanner Waldrop will be the hitter. He hits with 1 out and a runner at first. He was hit by a pitch, scored the first run for the Express in the third. He's also tapped out to the pitcher, 0 for 1. First pitch swinging, he'll lift this to left field, and it'll be easy for Troy Davis for out number 2. So we'll probably have to catch up between innings and get numbers on Tyler Oaks for you. Jay Douglas will be the hitter. He's grounded out to second twice. He'll hit the runner at first and 2 outs. Anderson's pitch to Douglas. That's in there for a strike. 0-1. Douglas and back to the top of the order for the Express here in the 6th, but there are 2 outs. Anderson trying to turn the Strasburg Express away here in the 6th and keep the Royals down a run. The 0-1. Tap down the third base side. It'll be a foul ball. Connors will field it. In foul territory, 0-2 the count. On the Strasburg center fielder, Jay Douglas. Plays his baseball during the regular year at Eastern Kentucky. He's a colonel. Had some Eastern Kentucky players play for me back in the day, longer ago than any of us want to remember. The 0-2. That's nowhere near. Misses upstairs with the breaking ball. 1-2. So Oaks will go 5 innings, allows 2 runs. They're both earned. Gave up 6 hits. Did hit a batter through a wild pitch. We'll get you his walks and strikeouts here momentarily. That's going to miss outside. 2-2. Probably just as easy to look at the game cast instead of the 2-2 from Henry Anderson. That'll miss outside. 3-2. That'll give Williams the head start from first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He'll be off with the pitch. And if Douglas can run one out the alley, Express looking to add to their lead here in the 6th inning. The 3-2 pitch, nowhere near. Ball 4, and he's walked 2 here in the inning. A 1-out walk and now a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Caden Haywood, who is 2 for 3, an RBI double in the 3rd. He singled and scored what is the difference in the game in the 5th. He has 2 of their 6 hits here tonight. Grounded toward third. Connors up with it. He will fire onto second. He throws into right field. Keenan was late getting there, and he's going to look to Connors like, why didn't you just throw it to first? So Anderson gets the ground ball to get out of the inning, but the Royals can't make the play. That's going to score Williams easily. Douglas is going to get to third. Hayden will reach on the fielder's choice, but Douglas will move to third on the E5. And again, Keenan not there in time, but probably thinking Connors was just going to throw it to first to win the inning. And for that matter, Connors probably could have got to the bag and just tagged the bag to end the inning, but it'll go as the first error of the game on either team, and the Express get a unearned run here in the 6th to add to their lead. The 0-1, that's downstairs for, that's in there for a strike rather, 0-2. Anderson trying to limit the damage here in the 6th. The 0-2 to Kerwin. Runner takes off from first, and he will steal second easily. So now a base hit, and the Express have a 5-1 lead here in the 6th. For Kerwin, who singled his last time up, he's 1 for 3. He's grounded out a couple of times. And again, all this with 2 outs. The 1-2. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. The Express put together a rally last inning to score a run with 2 outs to take the lead, and now they've added to their lead with a couple of free passes and an error. They've done all this with no hits this inning. A couple of walks and now an error. Anderson, his 1-2. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again, 1-2. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Anderson sets his 1-2. Trying to get out of this. Grounded towards short. Fortman up with it. He'll set his feet, fire onto first in time to retire the side, but the Express will add on an unearned run here. 1 run on no hits. There was 1 very costly Royals error, and they will leave 2 on base. Your score after 5.5 is now Strasburg 3, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Royals find themselves down a pair now. Tomoki Jitsukawa still on the mound for the Express. He'll face the Royals 2-3-4 here in the 6th. He shut the Royals down on 4 hits through 5 innings. That hanging breaking ball ripped down the third base or the first base side, but foul. 0-1. Carl Keenan 0 for 2. He has popped to short, grounded to second here tonight. Trying to get some runners on in front of the middle of the Royals order here. The 0-1. That's off the plate for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1. That ball's lifted toward right. Should be easy for Green. He'll come on, and it will hang up for Green to make the catch in right field for out number 1. Brody Connors, the hitter, third baseman from Old Dominion. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, flown to right in his 2 plate appearances here tonight. The Royals trying to win their 5th in a row, and they've won 8 of their last 10. Strasburg trying to put an end to that. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. And of course, one of those 8 was at Strasburg last Wednesday. The 0-1 to Connors. Popped it up. The entire left side of the infield will give it a look, but it'll be out of play. Into the bleachers for a foul ball, 0-2. Connors down to the count, 0-2. One out here in the 6th. Since a 2-out single in the 2nd, that ball's lifted toward right, but it's going to be right at green again. Another F9 on the score sheet. Since the 2-out single in the 2nd inning. Jitsukama. I hope I'm saying that at least close. He's retired 12 in a row for the Royals. He's only thrown 59 pitches and just under 6 innings of work, so certainly no urgency to get him out of there. Came into the game with a .567 earned run average and a 2-2 record, but certainly the Royals haven't been able to figure him out tonight. The 1-0 to Fleming downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Amar 1-for-2 single in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd. Had a 3-hit night last night. The Royals had 4 hits after 2 innings. They still have 4 hits. And there for a strike, 2-1. The 2-1 tap foul, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Strasburg trying to send this to the 7th inning with a 2-run lead. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him. And for the 4th, 4th straight inning, the Royals go in order. It's safe to say that Tomoki Jitsukawa has it in cruise control right now, as the Royals cannot figure out the right-hander from Wheeling University. We've played 6. It's Strasburg 3, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Henry Anderson will work 1 inning for the Royals tonight. He will be lifted here in the 7th inning. Royals' new pitcher from Shepherd University, Logan Bauer. Logan probably going to be on the pitching stats and not the hitting stats, but be much easier to find him. Logan making his second appearance, both in relief. No record, an earned run average of 27.00. He's worked 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 runs. They're all earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. The league hitting .400 against the new Royals pitcher, Logan Bauer. Tyler Oaks goes 5 innings, 2 runs. They're both earned, 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He hit a batter through a wild pitch. Stands to be the loser if the Royals cannot rally. Henry Anderson goes 1 inning, gives up a run. It's unearned, no hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Did not hit anybody or throw any wild pitches. And again, he will not figure into the decision here tonight. Logan Bauer takes over, trying to get the Royals back to the bat rack and see if he can't work his way into his first win as a Winchester Royal. The first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Logan, a local young man. He is from Winchester, playing his baseball at Shepherd. Teammates with Bodie Poland the last couple of years. The 0-1 slider misses off the plate for a ball, 1-1. The dugout liked it, thought it was strike 2. Don't get the call. Bauer has his sign, another one of those pitchers, the 1-1 that works exclusively from the stretch. You see that more and more and more these days. Never saw that back in my day. Everybody worked out of the windup unless there was something on. But now relief pitchers are taught to come in out of the stretch. The 2-1, that's outside, 3-1. So Bauer in danger of walking the first hitter he faces here in the 7th. It's Ben Green. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI tonight. And he'll draw the leadoff walk. So Marshall McGowan, who's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight, will step in. He's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. Bauer and the Royals would like to see a ground ball right at one of the middle infielders, see if they can't roll one up for Mr. Bauer and get him out of this, or at least closer to getting out of it. First pitch, slider downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Good live, hard slider, but out of the zone. 1-0 the count. Bauer sets the 1-0. That'll miss way outside, 2-0, and now he's digging himself a hole here after a leadoff walk. He's 2-0 on the Strasburg cleanup hitter, and you don't want to throw him a fastball on the belt buckle. It'll be 5-1 in a hurry. The 2-0, that's outside, 3-0. So Bauer in there to try to get some confidence, some outs, and keep the Royals within shouting distance, and not off to a good start so far. He'll set the 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. And I'm sure Mr. McGowan would really like to see that same fastball again right here and see if he can't turn on it. Bauer sets. He'll check the runner at first. The 3-1. Drive out into the backstop, 3-2. So Logan's come back to run the count full now, 3-2. The 3-2 fouled into the screen. We'll do it again, 3-2. The payoff pitch. Strike three called. The throw to second is going to be in time. A strike him out, throw him out. So it wasn't the conventional double play, but a great throw from J.J. Hand to cut down Green, trying to steal 2-4. McGowan called out on strikes for the first out of the inning. And now with 2 outs and nobody on, Brian Trujillo will hit. He's 0 for 2. He's walked in the second, got around to third where he was stranded. He's also grounded out and struck out. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Good hard slider. Trujillo swung over the top. 1-1 the count. 3 runs, 6 hits to no errors for Strasburg. A run to 4 hits, 1 error for the Royals. Big error for the Royals led to the third Strasburg run. The Royals fouled out of play. The Royals have not gotten a hit since the second inning, where they scored their only run. They jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Strasburg has scored 3 unanswered, and they lead it 3-1 as we play here in the top of the 7th. Fouled. Out of play, we'll do it again as another youngster will chase down a freezy pop. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. So Bowers walks the leadoff guy, but strikes out a couple of guys looking, gets the double play on the strike him out, throw him out. For the Express in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors. They'll leave nobody on. We've played 6.5. It's Strasburg 3, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Royals down 3-1 to the Strasburg Express. Tomoki Jitsukawa back to the mound for the Express, and why not? He's retired 13 straight. He'll face the middle of the order, Troy Davis, Todd Abraham, Zach Fortman, 5, 6, 7 to hit for the Royals here in the inning. No, nothing and 1 the count on Troy. Troy reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, scored the only run for the Royals tonight. The 0-1 fouled into the screen, 0-2. The 0-2 fouled out of play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Royals, 3 hits in the second inning. They've gotten none since. The 0-2. Strike 3 call. Troy thought it was off the plate, but he is down on strikes. And if If you will look up the definition of cruise control in the dictionary, you're going to see Mr. Jitsu Kama's picture tonight because he is dominating the Royals right now. Todd Abraham walked in the second inning. He's also popped out. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Royals at this point just need to get some base runners and see if they can't get into that Strasburg bullpen. Because right now, it's not working against this young man. The 1-0 swung on and missed, 1-1. The 1-1. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Obviously, I haven't seen Tomoki pitch at all this summer other than this game, but this got to be his best outing of the season. The 1-2, grounded towards short. Kerwin up with it. Long throw to first, in time to retire Todd Abraham for the second out here in the inning, and the Royals are 1 out away from going 3 up, 3 down for the 5th inning in a row. It'll be up to Zach Fortman to keep that from happening. Zach reached on a fielder's choice. He's also grounded to third, 0 for 2. First pitch to Zach. That ball's grounded sharply to third, but Waldrop up with it. He will throw on to first. And looky here, the Royals have gone 3 up, 3 down for the 5th straight inning. 1, 2, 3 and out for the Royals. We've played 7. It's Strasburg 3, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals at Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 8th. The Royals will make another pitching change. On to pitch now for the Royals, right-hander from Northwest Shoals, Luke Hogue will take over on the mound. Luke making his 11th appearance, all in relief. He comes in with a 2-1 record. He's got an earned run average of 6.00. He has 2 saves on the season, second on the team in that category. 15 innings allowed, 14 hits, 11 runs, 10 are earned. His big problem so far this season, he's walked 17 guys in 15 innings. He's also struck out 15 guys in those 15 innings. The league hitting .264 against Luke Hogue. Logan Bowers will go an inning, no runs. He walked 1, 2 strikeouts will not figure in the decision tonight. Luke Hogue trying to get the Royals back in the dugout and see if he can't get his 3rd win of the season after the Royals pick up a late inning rally, but a lot of things got to happen before that comes into fruition. How you like that, me using a big word like fruition? Fuller Morris, the hitter, he's 1 for 3. Takes a pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. The Express haven't exactly beat the ball around the ballpark, but they've picked up single runs in the third, fifth, and sixth, and now lead this one 3-1. The 1-1 from Hogue. That'll miss upstairs. 2-1. Morris, Williams, Waldrop, 6-7-8 for the Express here in the eighth inning. They try to pad their two-run lead, the 2-1. That'll miss way downstairs, 3-1. Hogue's 3-1. That's in there for a strike. County runs full 3-2. Three balls, two strikes. Leadoff hitter, top of the eighth. That'll miss way downstairs, and Hogue has walked his 18th in his 15 innings of work. Leadoff hitter on base for Madden Williams. Williams has got into a double play, struck out and walked and scored. He scored the third run of the game for Strasburg. Scored on that throwing error back in the sixth to make it 3-1. See how Strasburg plays this. The runner at first and nobody out. You know they'd like to add to this lead here in the late going. He's not bunting, and he'll take a pitch off the plate for ball 1-0, and probably before you even think about trying to sacrifice bunt, you're going to make him throw a strike. Because if he's going to walk you, you're certainly going to let him. The 1-0 in there inside for a ball, 1-2-0. The Express, 6 hits, 5 of them from their top 3 hitters. There's a fastball in there for a strike, 2-1. Royals have 4 hits from 4 different guys, and 3 of those came in the second inning. They have had a base runner since the second inning, the 2-1. That's nowhere near 3-1 the count. He's in danger of walking the first 2 guys he's faced here in the inning. The 3-1. That's in there for a strike, 3-2. Williams was headed toward first. Hogue comes set, the 3-2. Nowhere near. Ball 4. He's walked the first 2 he's faced here in the 8th. Got to bring up Tanner Waldrop. Waldrop is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Scored Strasburg's first run back in the third inning. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And again, if you're even thinking about dropping down a sacrifice bunt to get guys into scoring position, you don't do it until he throws a strike or shows he can. That'll miss inside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Top of the 8th. Strasburg trying to add to a 3-1 lead. That'll miss downstairs. Ball 3. Luke Hogue a pitch away from walking him loaded to start the 8th inning. The 3-0. Fastball in there for a strike, 3-1. 3-1. Lifted down the third base side toward the Royals dugouts. Or I'm sorry, toward the Royals bullpen. It'll be out of play and land on top of the batting cages. So Hogue has battled back to run it full, 3-2. What Luke Hogue needs right now is a ground ball right to Zach Fortman. The 3-2. Nowhere near. Ball 4. He's walked him loaded. So Luke Hogue comes on in relief. He's walked the first 3 guys he's faced. And the Express with a chance to blow this thing wide open here with a base hit. Or even a couple. Jay Douglas will be the hitter. He is 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. And now timeout is called, and they called a balk. So Luke Hogue not having a very memorable night out here tonight. He walks the first 3 guys he faces, then balks in run number 4. Now a base hit. And the Express will lead this one 6-1. Jay Douglas still at the plate trying to make that happen. The Royals will pull their infield in on the grass, and that's lined toward right field. Abraham will make the catch. The throw in will be nowhere near in time. So Jay Douglas, a sacrifice fly to right, will make it 5-1. Waldrop will stay at second, and now Caden Haywood, RBI double in the third, single and scored in the fifth. 2 for 4 with a chance to give the Express a 6-1 lead here now with 1 out in the 8th inning. Running right back to Hogue. He had the runner hung up at third if he wanted him, but he'll take the sure out at first and almost underhand tossed it out of Emar Fleming's reach. So Kerwin will hit at the runner at third and 2 outs. Kerwin is 1 for 4. He's grounded out 3 times. He's also singled. His single was a 2-out infield single that kept the inning going in the 5th to help the Strasburg team take a 2-1 lead at the time. They have since scored 3 more and lead at 5-1 now. Pitch off the plate, 1-0. Fouled out of play, 1-1 the count. The 1-1, that's nowhere near in the right-handed batter's box. Good thing Kerwin is not a right-handed hitter because that would have got him right in the kneecap. 2-1 the count on the Strasburg shortstop. Well, ball's hammered but foul. He got a fastball about letter high, and he turned on it and ripped it down toward the Strasburg bullpen. 2-2 the count, and all this again. The second inning where the Express have scored, they're doing all this without any hits. They haven't gotten a hit since the 5th inning, but they've scored 3 runs since then. Lifted towards center field. Should be easy for Padilla. He'll range over and make the catch in left center field. So the Express will add to their lead. 2 runs on no hits. There were no Royals errors, and Strasburg will leave 1 on. Your score after 7.5 is Strasburg 5, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals at Valley Baseball League action. Best news the Royals have had all night long. The Express will go to the bullpen. Tomoki Jitsukawa's night is over. He goes 7 innings, allows 1 run. He'll give way to the right-hander from Western Carolina, Colton Starling.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 20, Ian Kaiser.
Starling will face 8-9-1 for the Royals here in the 8th. Kaiser, Hand, and Padilla. See if we can quickly get you some numbers on Mr. Starling. He's a good one, I'll tell you that much. Colton making his 10th appearance, all in relief. That pitch misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Kaiser on the night, 1 for 2. Starling has 3 saves on the year, but this is not a save situation. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 Starling. Again, 10th appearance. He's 2-0 with a 2.20 earned run average, 3 saves, 16 in the 3rd innings, allows 7 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those are earned, 7 walks, 25 strikeouts. Again, 16 innings, 7 walks, 25 strikeouts. That's in there for a strike. 1-2. The league hitting 127 against the new Strasburg pitcher, Colton Starling. So he's trying to come on and shut the door on the Royals and get the Strasburg Express a little bit closer to a playoff berth. That's off the plate. 2-2 of the count. Both these teams again back in action tomorrow night. Strasburg returns home to take on the River Bandits. The Royals on the road at Newmarket. Fisted towards short. Kerwin will come on and make the catch for the first out of the inning. Lined too short for out number 1. J.J. Hand singled the second. He's also struck out 1 for 2. Royals are going to need a rather nice rally, whether it comes in the 8th or the 9th. They need to get it done. The first pitch from Starling swung on and missed, 0-1. The 0-1 from Starling. That's in there for a strike, 0-2. Jitsukawa goes 7 innings, allows 4 hits, 1 run. It's earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Did not hit anybody, no wild pitches, home runs, or balks. Stands to be the winner. Strike 3 call. J.J. Hand takes strike 3 on the inner part of the plate, and he's down for out number 2. Quickly 2 outs in the Royals' 8th. Back to the top of the order for Jamie Padilla. He has one of the 4 hits. Jamie 1 for 3 on the night, as the Royals running out of chances here against this Strasburg team. And whatever it is, the Royals have just had their issues trying to defeat this Strasburg team this season. First pitch misses catches the inside corner. 0-1. Jamie thought it was inside. The Royals have at least 3 wins against everybody in the Northern Division, with the exception of this Strasburg team. Jamie not happy with the strike call, so he's going to take a little walk, and I guess he's going to use the excuse to go down and have a chat with his third base coach to let him know that he wasn't any too happy with the call. So the conversation down the third base line is over. Jamie back to the box to see an 0-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-2, and you knew Pretty much anywhere that was in the area code, that was going to be a strike. 0-2 to Padilla. The Royals have not had a base runner since 2 outs in the second inning. And that may continue. Grounded foul. Waldrop will field it, but he's in foul territory. The count remains 0-2. J.J. Hand, 2-out single in the second was the last time the Royals have had a base runner. At the time it loaded the bases, Padilla grounded out to end the inning, and the Royals have not seen the base paths since. Starling sets the 0-2. That's lined down the first base side, but just foul. Jamie made a bid for extra bases down the first base side. And as bad as it is, as many guys that have been retired by the Royals in a row, or for the Royals in a row, nothing wrong that a few base hits here in a row won't take care of. The 0-2. Lifted towards center field. Green should have an easy play of it. I'm sorry, Douglas. Green was last night. And Kerwin will call him off and make the catch. For the 6th inning in a row, the Winchester Royals will go in order. Colton Starling turns them away. We've played 8. It is Strasburg 5, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Royals will again go to the bullpen for their 5th pitcher of the night. Left-hander from St. John's River State will take over, Mason Smith. Luke Hogue will go 1 inning. Mason Smith making his 6th appearance of the season. He is 1-0 on the year with a 18.00 earned run average. He's worked 5 innings, allowed 7 hits. Allowed 7 hits, 11 runs, 10 are earned. He's walked 10, struck out 8, the league hitting .318 against Mason Smith, the new Royals left-handed pitcher, to face the Express here in the 9th inning. He'll face the middle of the order, 3-4-5, Green, McGowan, and Trio. Strasburg leads at 5-1. They've scored 3 runs in the last 3 innings, and they've done all that with no hits. Winchester led this game 1-0 after 2, but single runs by the Express in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th, and then 2 more in the 8th have staked the Express to what is a lead as we go to the 9th, and a game that is very important for the Express as they try to solidify their playoff positioning. Ben Green, the right fielder, is 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's also walked and struck out. He'll lead off the 9th. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Starter Tyler Oaks stands to be the loser if the Royals cannot rally. He left the game down 2-1, but the bullpen has given up 3 since then. The 0-1. That'll miss inside. 1-1. Out of town scores. As Strasburg tries to solidify a playoff spot and maybe even climb the standings a little bit. The 1-1. That's downstairs for a ball 2-1. Charlottesville shut out Stanton 21-0. Culpeper leads Covington 12-5. They're in the bottom of the 7th. Waynesboro 4-1 over Harrisonburg. They're in the top of the 9th. Woodstock continues to lead Front Royal 5-1. They're in the top of the 8th. The 2-1 grounded toward third. Backhanded by Fortman deep in the hole. Long throw to first. Fleming's going to have to come off the bag to keep that from getting by him. A nice play by Fortman, but couldn't get much on the throw from deep in the hole, and it'll go as Green's third hit of the night. And he'll be a leadoff base runner here in the 9th. And Purcellville leads Newmarket 4-2. They're in the bottom of the 4th. That game slowly moving along. I wonder if they may have some weather issues down in Newmarket. So for Strasburg, good news on Newmarket losing, so they'll gain a game on them, but would not gain any ground on Purcellville for second place. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0 to Marshall McGowan. Hit a ball right on the screws in the first inning, lined out. He is 0 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch. The 1-0. Popped it up. Keenan going back on it. Coming in is Abraham. Carl will make the catch in shallow right field for out number 1. That'll bring up Brian Trujillo. He is 0 for 3. He is also walked. Grounded out and struck out a couple times. And Mason Smith and the Royals would like to get a ground ball, get out of the inning, and see if they can't put together a 9th inning rally to pull this one out. Go to first back in time is Green down at first. Green, 3 hits. Haywood with 2 hits. The 1 and 3 hitters in the lineup for the Express. That's 5 of their 7. That ball's lined into the left field. That'll be a base hit. So Trujillo will pick up his first hit of the game. Throw to third, and they're going to get the runner going to third. They dropped the ball. They had him at third. A great throw by Davis. They had had Green going first to third. He was out, but Connors couldn't hold on to the throw. Aggressive base running by Ben Green. The ball beat him by a good ways, but Connors couldn't hold on to it. And on the throw to third, Trujillo's going to move to second. So the Express has some insurance runs in scoring position with 1 out for Fuller Moorish, who is 1 for 3. Singled. He's also walked and scored a run. Royals will bring the infield in to try to cut the runner off of the plate. That'll be deep enough to get it done as Abraham will be chased back to the warning track, and he had to make a circus catch on the track over his head as he got to the fence. So Morris gave it a ride to right field. It'll go as a sacrifice fly, but it'll get an insurance run in for Strasburg, and they now lead it 6-1. And now Madden Williams will hit. He is 0 for 2. He's walked his last 2 times up and scored both times. Another big run for the Express, insurance-wise, waiting down at third base. First pitch in the dirt. That's going to get away from hand, but it's going to roll up the third base line. And from there, Trujillo will think better about trying to score. Well, the good news for the Royals is no matter what happens tonight, they will still be in first place when they wake up tomorrow. It's just a matter of whether it's by 3 games or by 2 games. They will not gain anything on their march to win the division. Fisted towards short. Fortman up with it. Long throw to first in time to retire the side, but the Express had an insurance run. A run, 2 hits, no errors. They'll leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Royals. They trail it 6-1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Colton Starling on the mound for the Express, trying to close it out. Not a safe situation, but trying to shut the Royals down and send the Express one step closer to a playoff berth. Carl Keenan will lead it off. Carl 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch off the plate for a ball. 1-0. The Royals need some base runners, and they need a bunch of them if they have any hopes of putting together a 9th inning rally here tonight. They trail at 6-1. They've been out hit 8-4. Haven't had a hit since the second. Haven't had a base runner since the second. Slider in there for a strike. 1-2. The Royals have been retired in order the last 6 innings. The 1-1 grounded toward first. That's going to get past a diving Marshall McGowan into the right field corner, and the Royals have picked up their first hit in quite a while, and Keenan will double down the line to get the Royals going here in the ninth. And normally, and I understand that the Express lead it by 5, but late in the game you see guys putting their corner guys right on the line, so that doesn't happen, taking the extra bases away from him. But I guess with the 5-run lead, they decided that they'd roll with it. That'll bring up Brody Connors. Brody is 0 for 3. He's grounded out and flown to right twice. So a good start for what the Royals hope is a 9th inning rally. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. That's downstairs for a ball. 1-1. Again, the Express came in with a magic number to clinch a playoff spot of 4. So even if they win tonight, they cannot clinch a spot tomorrow night. The best they can do is get to within 1. The 1-1 swung on and missed. He chased a breaking ball off the plate. 1-2. Royals have 5 hits by 5 different guys. Connor's trying to make it 6 hits by 6 different guys as he hits with nobody out here in the 9th. Starling sets the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got a couple of good hard breaking balls down and away, and he waved at him. He's down on strikes. We're at number 1. Amar Fleming will hit. He singled in the 2nd. He has struck out twice since then. He's 1 for 3. One out here in the 9th. Royals. Keenan just lulls Starling to sleep, and he takes off for 3rd. I could see where that would very easily be called catcher's indifference, but he stole that on Starling, who never even looked at him. As soon as Starling came set, he took off for 3rd. We'll see if they give him a stolen base on it. The 0-1 to Fleming. That ball hammered toward the Strasburg bullpen, but foul. Oh, and 2 the count. Give Keenan a stolen base. Again, completely off of Starling. The 0-2. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Morris holds on to it, and after a leadoff double, Starling has struck out 2 in a row. And that'll bring up Troy Davis. Davis, the last hope for the Royals. He has scored the only run for the Royals tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice, came in to score on Ian Kaiser's base hit. Swung on and missed, and I'm here to tell you Colton Starling's got himself a nasty slider, and the Royals are none too happy to see it right now. Again, not a safe situation for the Express, but probably want to make sure that the Royals have no hope in a comeback. They send out one of their best bullpen guys to close this one out. That's off the plate for a ball, 1-1. Starling sets the 1-1. That's lined toward right center field. On his horse is Green, and he's going to track it down. Davis tried to go up the alley for extra bases, but it held up long enough for Green to track it down. And the Royals, they do get a hit here in the 9th, but can't do anything with it. No runs to hit, no errors, 1 left. Your final score from the ballpark tonight: Strasburg 6, Winchester 1 for the Express. 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Royals 1 run on 5 hits. They commit 1 error. The Royals will drop to 19-12. They will remain in first place, but Purcellville will be able to gain a game on them. Strasburg improves to 16-15. They will not gain any ground on Purcellville, but move a game further ahead of Newmarket Newmarket in 4th place to solidify their playoff position a little bit. The Royals grabbed the lead with a run in the 2nd inning, and after that it was all Strasburg. Single runs in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th. They added 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th for the 6-1 victory. Tyler Oaks will take the loss for the Royals. He's 1-1. He goes 5 innings, 2 runs. They're both earned. 6 hits, 1 walk. Struck out 5. He hit a batter, threw a wild pitch. Tomoki Chitsukawa will get the win for the Express. He improves to 3-2. He threw an absolute gem here tonight. He shut the Royals out, or shut them down rather. 7 innings, he allowed 1 run. It was earned, and if you remember back to that inning, those balls the Royals hit to get that run were not hit that hard. A run, it was earned, 4 hits. He walked 1, struck out 4. And again, he improves to 3-2 on the season for the Strasburg Express. Ben Green, 3 hits and an RBI. He also scored a run. Caden Haywood, he has 2 hits, scores a run, drives in a run for the victorious Strasburg Express. Again, 6-1 over the Royals. The Royals, 5 different guys with 1 hit each. Padilla, Keenan, Fleming, Kaiser in hand. Davis scores the only run. Kaiser drives in the only run as the Royals' 4-game winning streak comes to an end here to the Strasburg Express. Again, both these teams in action tomorrow night. Strasburg returns home to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. Our friends in Strasburg will have the call for you. Winchester on the road at Newmarket. Again, Newmarket games, that is a 7:30 start for the Royals and Rebels. And our friends in Newmarket will take care of you Royals fans tomorrow night. I'm back your way next Wednesday night when the Royals return home to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. They will not be able to have the division clinched by then, so maybe Wednesday night the Royals with a chance to clinch the Northern Division. These two teams will meet one more time next Friday night when Strasburg comes to town to play the Royals. The Strasburg Express will win the season series over the Winchester Royals. They now lead it 4-1 with only 1 game left. Again, next Friday night, and it is free admission night for Navy Federal Credit Night next Friday night, and that applies to you Strasburg fans as well. So it's a Friday night, no work on Saturday. Come on up, get in for free, see a good ball game between these two Northern Division rivals. That'll do it from the ballpark. Again, the Strasburg Express snapped the Royals' winning streak at 4. 6-1, Strasburg with the win. Mark Sawyer saying good night from Bridgeforth. We'll talk to you next Wednesday when the Royals return home, and we will have the call for you as the Royals make a push for the Northern Division title. Don't forget, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them, and we will talk to you next time around. Mark Sawyer saying good night from the ballpark. Thank you.